Alright, so today update 14 finally came out. I'm sure the devs had a real late night working on everything. There's still some bugs, but here is one of their big accomplishments, the ship. I hope it has some kind of gameplay aspect to it later, more customization. But right now you just you can unlock different modules, your arsenal, foundry, there's a mod station, and this is the incubator. I thought they referred to it as a genetic foundry, but incubator is what it ended up as. To acquire one of these, you need to do a quest that is started by defeating the boss on Venus, the Jackal. Defeat the Jackal, you have to go and find the incubator segment on Alara from some corpus. Now this is the back of my ship, but the front we have navigation, news, a market, and your codex as a new feature. Quests. So far the only quest I've unlocked is the Howl of a Kubrow, which unlocks the incubator. One of the hardest parts was finding an egg. It makes you go to E Prime on Earth to find an egg, and you have to kill kubrow dens to find an egg. But I had to do it many times and many kubrow dens before I finally got one. So they have an RNG element to finding eggs. I suppose you can still find more eggs after the first one, but mine is in there. It gives you the requirements to breed the kubrow, and one of them is an incubator power core. So I guess incubators are hard to power, but to make one you have to go to the foundry. I started building mine. Takes an argon crystal and there's the rare element to it. But you buy the blueprint off the market, which you can access like this. Equipment, components. You can either buy them for 35 plat, or the blueprint is 50k credits. So if you're a new player, they've skewed it towards you'd have to either grind a lot of credits or pay in platinum, because it costs 50,000 to get the blueprint and then 100,000 to build it. So the other requirements is 4,500 nanospores and 2 control modules. So you can get those pretty easily. Genetic code templates is not something I've worked with yet, but 50,000 credits. Again, if you're new to the game, then you have to grind quite a few credits to get into this stuff. DNA stabilizer kit maintains the health of a kubrow. So there's something that requires maintenance, which isn't all that exciting to me, because it keeps some people playing, but it's just kind of a time management device. So you play a little mini game, spending your credits trying to breed the ultimate kubrow by copying its dominant genes. Pretty good stuff. Now the Silva and Aegis is the new melee weapon, and I was going to check if they sold the blueprint or how that's required. It's not sold in the marketplace, so it's probably a clan research thing. I'm not sure if the shield ups your defense in any way. That would be pretty cool. So no new primary weapons or melee weapons on the marketplace with this update. Some of the things you can see outside your windows, pretty neat. One of my big suggestions would be, I mean, if they have the time and talent, is to expand this spaceship thing out. So there's combat in spaceships, there's vehicles, there's all of that. I mean, you look at the Earth, its expanse, and there's really no way you can go explore that. It's just a set piece. It's immersion breaking. Although they have great set pieces, I like that. It's kind of immersion breaking when you have no freedom to explore set pieces or things like that. And I know they're not trying to create a solar system simulator or whatever. Warframe's very defined in its goals at being a mission-based co-op game. But the quests seem a little bugged. They have some audio cues for things and they'll not work correctly in the right order. I did obtain an egg, but I still have the Howl of a Kubrow quest. Don't know where it's supposed to lead me. But I noticed one of the new things they added are some new levels on Mercury. I've unlocked a few of them, you know, just so I have all of these unlocked. I used to think I'd get more and more alerts the more levels I had unlocked, but there's really only 1 or 2 alerts ever at any time. So maybe I'll unlock one of these new levels on Mercury. I suppose they're part of the prologue. I skipped the prologue because I didn't want to jump through hoops to unlock the forge or whatever, or grind an item, if that's part of it. But yeah, they definitely have the assets to have some kind of space mission part of the game, but you know,
there is a large platoon of Grenier remaining stationed here.
I guess their primary concern would be how it fit into their model. Now the gun I'm ranking right now is the Akstiletto. so accurate and lightweight that it's kind of surprising. Pretty unique weapon for a Akimbo style pistol. It does have some challenges with running out of ammo, low damage, but it is better compared to some of the other pistols of this type.
The bypass is done. Go.
I've been pretty serious lately, checking the forums and waiting for this update. But there are some surprising things in this update. There's not a part of the game they didn't really touch on somewhat. It seems the AI for many of the enemies has been updated. Party system has been updated, but it's pretty glitchy right now. It's hard to get excited about glitches, but I've had glitches where the mission would fail right when I joined, where it would have some party members go on one mission and other party members go on another mission, and then in the end, the mission you complete that you're in the middle of, it doesn't count that it's done. So it's hard to test an online game, which has been proven over and over again. When you have an online environment with lots of players, and that's your platform, it's almost impossible to test.
Warning, heavy Premier approaching.
A Warframe isn't really going to be unique in its genre anymore. I've noticed a lot of other games that I've looked at and played. There's Destiny and Defiance are the two games I've really put in the realm of Warframe. And Destiny has a lot of good set pieces and you know, production value. I mean, I don't know if you want to hear about what I think about Destiny, but it's kind of like Warframe, except you have one special ability that charges. You really haven't broken the formula of first-person shooters in any major way. With Destiny, I mean, you run and gun, you can't strafe fast enough to avoid attacks, you can't dodge or juke or wall run or anything. Best they give you is a double jump. You know. They've got 3 classes. I mean, in that sense, Warframe has far many more classes. Destiny had a spaceship with spaceship transitions and everything. Now Warframe has that. It's a little peculiar. Now the one thing Destiny does have that Warframe hasn't attempted is vehicles. Their vehicles are pretty bare bones as far as I can tell in Destiny. It's pretty much, you have movement, speed, and maneuverability, and one weapon to each vehicle. Now the vehicles fly around in, they've touted, it's going to be really fun to race your friends to the next objective, you know, like it's a deep racing component. It's not really. You have your static speed, that your little vehicle moves you forward. You maybe maneuver around cliffs and stuff. But
other than you, I can't detect a single life form. Let's get out of here.
Destiny and Warframe are now pretty similar in their themes, and Defiance is also similar. It's a sci-fi, same genre. You have open world and events. Sometimes the flavor of the missions don't really promote any kind of different gameplay. I mean, it's still first-person shooter. You have like an ultimate you can shoot off and kill everything, and
another job well executed.
I'd like to see more skill and depth added to this kind of genre, but people don't seem to go for that, because I don't know, it would be too hard for starting players. Everything nowadays has to appeal to a very, very general audience, and
it means to leak and smear all over my pristine insides. Look,
to me it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make a better game.
well, I suppose there are worse things.
It's where people seem to do well with creating great set pieces and art and visual styles, but gameplay hasn't really advanced forward much in the first-person shooter genre. I mean, it's very simple to create a character you control with movement and an aiming reticle and throw some numbers at it, but I know, I'm always looking for something new, something different, and things that are coming out or being developed today just don't evolve like I would think or imagine that they could. So I unlocked Pantheon. There's Verde. Now, I already did this in Minescu, but I ran into that party bug. But I'm sure more will be added to the systems they've put in Update 14. I don't know how long we'll have to wait for all of that, but it's promising, it's good looking, and so I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching.